This is the first intercontinental conference of colored peoples, so-called colored peoples, in the history of mankind. I am proud that my country is your host. It is a new departure in the history of the world that leaders of Asian and African peoples can meet together in their own countries to discuss and deliberate upon matters of common concern. Success. In spite of diversity that exists among its participants, let this conference be a great success. Yes, there is diversity among us. Who denies it? Small and great nations are represented here, with people professing almost every religion under the sun: Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, Confucianism, Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, Shintoism, and others. Almost every political faith we encounter here: democracy, monarchy.
We are coming out of this problem, and if we come out, we'll be even better than before. Because we are going to learn from our mistakes and also from others' mistakes. And the best thing is to convince that you have to change if you have to face that problem and if you have to solve it. And indeed, time is money. And because of that, we are not allowed to waste our time. The main reason why, as we are about to get the credibility back for our bank or banking system, is very depending on the law which is controlling, let's say, bankruptcy law, and controlling the supervision of the banking or banking system, and even supporting the Bank of Indonesia to make it more stronger than ever.
I think the decision, first of all, is one for the Indonesian people and government to make. And I think every country has to decide how to resolve the tension between the pursuit of a particular case and the desire for the reconciliation of people and to go forward. And I think that that's a decision the President has to make, and we ought to support anything that he's trying to do to build democracy and to take Indonesia into the future. Leader of the world's third largest democracy, and we're very encouraged by that.
We will use law, of course. We will like to know whether he is guilty or not according to the law. But after that, we'll pardon him because of two reasons. First is that he was our president, so we have to be careful about this for the future generations. Second thing is that you know that it's not easy because Mr. Suharto still has big followers, so we have to be careful not to, let's say, topple the car. Well, thank you for this.
Indonesia and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Australia.
About
under any pretext, interfere in the internal affairs of the countries from which the problem is originated, let alone intervene or insist our will to eradicate those causes. No matter how confident and determined we are in our efforts to help redress the situation in one given country, experience has taught us that excessive attempt problem even more complicated. In this rapidly changing world, there are factors that make unilateral action ineffective. Rather, it only provokes negative judgment from others. A valuable lesson we should learn from this phenomenon is that we need to work together to address the root causes of the problem.
These connections, I also wish to inform you, President.
When you look at the picture of the problem, the actual condition of education to defend such interests, still it does not allow us to do whatever in accordance with universally acceptable principles.
Mr. Wami from Foreign Ministry Department. Saya drop di bawah.
Welcome to the Oval Office.
Mr. President, I'm also pleased to have the opportunity to meet you again after we met in Chile during the APEC meeting. As I have said during this meeting, that I do hope that our cooperation can be strengthened from time to time. And as we discuss on many subjects, the education, the economic cooperations, the counterterrorism, regional situation, and others, I strongly hope that Indonesia can continue its reforms, democratizations, and economic reconstruction. And I do hope that you could maintain your contribution and support to us in continuing our reforms and democratizations.
We made it. Volcanoes and storms and everything. So nice to see you. How are you? Good to see you. We're so glad to be here. Except I don't recognize any.
Oh, look at that.
Again, I want to thank you, Mr. President, for your leadership and your commitment to improving ties between the United States and Indonesia. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I look forward to welcoming President Obama to Indonesia next year, and he will be warmly welcomed by the Indonesian people. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President.
That is to free up our private sector, both domestic and foreign, from poorly conceived policies, excessive permitting and licensing.
That's been slow. Do you still believe in public-private partnerships? Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to test my minister. Please answer the question. Pak Tom. But don't speak longer than my speech.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Talbot, Congressman Sherman, ladies and gentlemen. So, Jim.
First and most importantly, I need to deliver to you warm greeting from your million of fans in Indonesia.
Thank you.
They are only interested in one thing: when can they personally welcome you to Indonesia?
We'll get there. We'll get there. That's a place I'd like to go, actually.
I can get into serious trouble if I don't bring back some good news for your million of fans in Indonesia.
Okay.
Second, I want